G'day folks, my name's Jaiden Drought with the FarmTrader magazine. Here we are, beautiful mid-Canterbury again, checking out another great Lemken machine from EuroAgri. Behind me is the Karat 12. This is the 6 metre version. So these go right up to 7 metres. As you can see, we've got the large case Steiger on the front. This is a 535 pivot steer, and it takes all of the power to pull this bad boy. So the 7 metre is all the way up to 600 horsepower, and I think you'd need just about every piece of that to get the thing doing what it's meant to do. So a couple of key features of this machine, or the reasons why you would buy this, is you can work to a depth of 30 centimetres. So when we checked out the Reuben, that's a primary / secondary disc, large discs, and a beautiful finish, whereas this is a primary cultivator. It really breaks up the pans, really incorporates that stubble, and brings a lot of, it really boils the soil up. One of the key features here is you've got the large spring. So these can have 550 kgs per leg of downforce, and that's simply in the design. It's not physically the weight of the machine on the leg, it's the way that the leg goes in the ground to get that sort of pressure. So this is also an auto reset type thing for rocks and stumps and bits and bobs. The beauty here is the points. So this is a winged tip. So this might be used for a more of a finishing thing, or if you really wanted to get very aggressive in the boiling situation, whereas you may have another set of points which are just a shin point, and that's for really getting nice and deep. Now the beauty here is that these are all like this. That comes off literally that easy. So you can go and change all of the points in 5 minutes from having a single tip or a winged point. So that makes this machine exceptionally versatile. Now another thing that makes this machine really easy to use is that the rear roller and these touch wheels are all on the same, well, it's run through the same ram system. So that they've got an accumulator in the middle of the machine, and so your depth from front to back is exactly the same because it's set automatically. So over quite a long machine like this, you don't want it pitching in where these are digging a lot more than these, and then obviously your roller's not doing what it needs to do, or the leveling disc at the back. These things, regardless of the depth that you're going in, whether it be 10 centimetres or 30 centimetres, the front to back leveling will be exactly the same. So that's a really good feature. And secondly, it makes it really easy for people to use, which is, along with the points, is a great selling feature. Along with with what we've seen with the Reuben, is that we've got a large profiled parts of steel. So we don't have exceptionally huge amounts of steel put into this machine, which, given the size of the tractor it takes to pull this to start with, you don't need more steel lumped into diesel and just wear and tear on everything, literally dragging it around the paddock. So it's a very nicely finished machine, which we've come to expect from Lemken. A couple of features that aren't on this machine but are worthwhile talking about is you've got the contour tracker, which is where that solid beam is. What is there is a ram, a large ram, and what that does is, as you're going over humps and hollows, it pushes out and sucks in, so that the packer roller and the tips are all constant regardless of the contour. When you get that, you also get what's called a traction booster at the front. That's mounted on not a 2-point linkage, it's on a 3-point linkage, and what that has another ram which pushes against the top part, so essentially against the top link, and that then puts weight from the cultivator and pushes down on the tractor. So that gives you great traction, which is what you need when you're pulling something like this, and then also the contour following. So they're a couple of great features to talk about. This rear roller, again, a couple of different options. We've got the double rear caged roller. This is removable. These 3 bolts here, there's 4 sets of 3 bolts. You can literally take that off. If you didn't want, in conditions, say it was wet, and you didn't want to use the roller to consolidate it, you wanted to keep it nice and open, you can take that off. There's turnbuckles that go between the end of the ram there and here, so that this here doesn't bounce around, so your disc and everything stays nice and flat. And you can also mount wheel eradicator tips onto that, so that literally the transport wheels are running along the ground then, because that's where you set your depth from, and then that can eradicate that and you end up with a nice fluffy seed bed. Likewise with the tips, take the bolts out, roll the roller out, you beaut. There's another couple of different options for the roller. You can either get what we've seen on the Reuben, which is a double saw-to-saw contact roller, or you can get a single deep V roller. If you check out the drone footage, you'll get to see really how much this incorporates. We're in ex-maize ground here. It does a really nice job of boiling and really moving that soil around. So another second pass with a something like the Reuben, and you can drill it and it comes up exceptionally well. Check out the drone footage at farmtrader.co.nz, as well as the upcoming review in the FarmTrader magazine and also on the social media applications.